Good day, everyone. How are you today? I'm Teacher Zoo, your science lecturer. In this lesson, you will get to identify, label, and describe the key parts of the breathing system and each of the functions. You will also cite 3 ways to protect the breathing system from respiratory diseases. And finally, you will explain the lungs work and construct a lung model apparatus. All ready for a new discovery? Great! Let's start! What do you think will happen to us if there is only one place on Earth that air is available? What if the air that we inhale and exhale is non-renewable? Whatever we do in each moment of our life, we breathe automatically. Breathing is a task of what system of our body? The respiratory system. It has organs that help us breathe air in and out, supplying oxygen and eliminating carbon dioxide gases. This exchange of oxygen from the environment for carbon dioxide from the body's cells is called respiration. Respiratory system is responsible for the process of taking air into the lungs. This is called inhalation or inspiration, and the process of breathing it out is called exhalation or expiration. The respiratory system helps us to transport air into the lungs, facilitate the distribution of oxygen into the bloodstream, and pick up waste carbon dioxide from the blood and exhale it. Respiration involves 2 phases, the external and internal respiration. In external respiration, oxygen goes to the lungs and then joins the blood through the lung capillaries. While internal respiration is the exchange of gases between the blood and the body tissues. Other parts of our respiratory system are located in the upper and lower respiratory tract. The upper respiratory tract consists of the following: mouth, nose, and nasal cavity. These 3 parts warm and moisten the incoming air. The pharynx contains the windpipe or the trachea, and the food pipes or esophagus. The epiglottis prevents the food from entering the trachea. The larynx is commonly known as the voice box because it is where the sound is generated. It helps to protect the trachea from producing a strong cough reflex if any solid object passes the epiglottis. The lower respiratory tract contains the following parts: trachea, bronchi, bronchioles, alveoli, and diaphragm. The trachea filters the air that we breathe in through the bronchi. It is a tube which carries air from throat into the lungs. Its inner membrane is covered with tiny hair called cilia, which catch the particles of dust which are being removed through coughing. Trachea has 2 tubes called bronchi. One entering the left part of the lungs is narrower, longer, and more horizontal than the other one entering the right lung. The bronchi forming tertiary bronchi, and these continue to divide and become bronchioles, which are very narrow tubes with a diameter of less than 1 millimeter. The bronchioles do not have cartilage. Alveolar or air sacs permit the exchange of gases, oxygen, and carbon dioxide through their thin walls. The alveoli are surrounded by a network of capillaries where the inspired gases pass through. Average adult lungs have approximately 3 million alveoli. Breathing starts with diaphragm, a dome-shaped muscle at the bottom of the lungs. It contracts when we breathe in and flattens out and moves downward. This movement enlarges the space that the lungs are in. This larger space pulls air into the lungs. When you breathe out, the diaphragm expands, reducing the amount of space for the lungs and forcing air out. The diaphragm is the main muscle used in breathing. Since the respiratory system is responsible for breathing, we need to take care of it to avoid catching respiratory diseases such as influenza, tuberculosis or TB, lung cancer, asthma, and pneumonia. So how to maintain a healthy respiratory system? These are the following things for you to do. Please do not smoke. Smoking is the primary cause of the fatal respiratory problems. Avoid secondhand smoke. Stay away from smoky areas and use protective gears. Avoid exposure to air pollution. It is advised to wear protective masks when going outdoors. Do not contribute to air pollution by burning objects such as rubbers and plastics. It's always good to keep the surroundings clean, well ventilated, and dust-free. Get a regular exercise. This will not just make you sexy, but this will also strengthen your lungs for you to combat respiratory illnesses. Eat nutritious food. Healthy diet is the most important. Each vitamin and mineral we get from the food has a role in our body. So let's do the recap. The respiratory system is responsible for breathing process where it carries air in and out of our body. Inhalation and exhalation are the main processes. It is composed of upper and lower respiratory tract to transport air into the lung and facilitate the diffusion of oxygen into the bloodstream and pick up waste carbon dioxide from the bloodstream and exhale it. The upper respiratory tract is responsible for warming and moistening the air that we breathe in. The diaphragm is the muscle used in breathing. It expands during inhalation and contracts during exhalation. You need to take proper care of the respiratory system because it is necessary to avoid sickness. I hope you learned a lot today and we will learn more next meeting. Thank you and have a good day. Bye!